Jamie Dimon says the world's not ready for 7% rates as 84% of CEOs talk recession. Hello, this is Chart GPT today. So are we heading for a recession or not? A lot of people have been predicting stock market crashes. Of course, we've had a bond market crash. The bond market's probably down almost close to 50%, which is kind of, you've had your crash in terms of markets. Remember, bond market's almost 10 times that of stocks. So let's take a look at where we're at in terms of whether recession's coming or not. Here's taking a look at GDP, what they say, 2 quarters of negative GDP growth, and of course that doesn't look like it's on the card. We had a dip there a couple times here, or once in 2008, now here recently. Of course, they're kind of hovering around that 2% kind of stagnation, but there's some positive and there's some negative. So let's take a look at what people think. It's kind of a survey done. And basically what they're saying is 84% of the CEOs, the C-suite, are saying that recession is coming. Consumers say 69%. The yield curve is, we'll look at that in a moment here, saying 61. Other banks, Goldman Sachs, are not so sure. So there's a lot of predictions all over the board there. Let's take a look at the Fed GDP now on Atlanta Fed. You can see most of the top economists are in that 2% range, and the Fed is way up at 5%, which is, they're always having ridiculous claims. So that's interesting there. Looking at the inverted yield curve, remember how we talked about the inverted yield curve? It's starting to rise, which indicates maybe the recession isn't coming that a lot of people are predicting. But the Fed keeps raising rates until something breaks. We see these fixed rate mortgages are approaching 8% now. Wow. And of course now we're at existing home sales are pretty much back to the 2008 lows and looking to go lower if they keep these rates hikes going up any higher. But here's the thing. It's all about the employment rate. We have employment numbers coming out, but as long as employment stays below 4%, the Fed's got free reign. They have price stability and employment, and price stability is still a problem for many. That seems to be the number one issue for a lot of people. So the Fed is still fighting that. And as long as unemployment is at the 4% level, they're going to have free reign to go even higher. Here's the Fed dot plots, and here's what our predictions. We're still going to hold to them. We're this is probably rates are rising higher than we thought, but we do think in 2024 they will come down. So we're going to stick with this chart. Nevertheless, of course, here's the thread. Jamie Dimon says the Fed rate rising to 7%, and the world's not ready for that. And of course, maybe the recession, if they do raise to 7%, maybe they're looking for that recession that is yet to come. So we're getting into no man's land here. Take a look at the AI and see whether or not what are some of the factors that would contribute to a potential recession, and take our online poll. Will we see a recession any time in the next 6 months or so? And don't forget to subscribe.